The movie begins with the main protagonist, Detective Alex Cross, chasing a dangerous criminal with his colleagues, detectives Tommy and Monica, like a pack of wolves pursuing their prey. The fugitive manages to lose them briefly, but Alex ambushes him and arrests him. Alex has a psychiatrist degree and is really passionate about that branch of medicine. That night he visits a girl named Pop Pop in prison. She committed murder, and Alex wants to help her and show her a better way, so he occasionally comes to talk with her and play chess. Then we get to learn more about our detective. He lives with his wife Maria, his daughter and son, and his mom. Alex is a caring father and husband, unlike typical movie detectives. As he finishes teaching his daughter to play the piano, he then shows his son how to use a drone, and Maria walks in and tells him that she has some important news for him. They go to their bedroom and there, Maria tells him she is pregnant. Alex is happy about it and euphoria kicks in. Now it's time to meet the movie's big baddie, a professional assassin. He pulls over near an old building and gets a call from his client, who informs him that the money transfer is completed and that he will find his target in the old building. After the assassin sees that the money is on his account, he heads into the building. There he sees that the bundling is used for underground cage fights. He locates his target, a woman called Fan Yao, and decides to impress her with a good fight. The man who organizes the fight informs the assassin he can't compete, but the assassin bribes him and tells the organizer to call him the Butcher of Sligo. The butcher destroys his opponent completely and even breaks his arm. That impresses Fan Yao. She completely falls for him and invites him over. As things start to get steamy in the bedroom, he injects her with neurotoxin TTX, which paralyzes her. The butcher then takes his gun from his shoe and puts the silencer on it. We cut to Alex as the police chief awakes him earlier in the morning to notify him about Fan Yao's murder. Alex heads to the crime scene and calls Tommy, who is in the middle of some important business with Monica. Alex meets with Tommy and gives him a speech to be careful when dating a colleague and to take things seriously. They arrive at the crime scene and find out that the butcher killed all of Fan Yao's bodyguards. Alex and Tommy head to Yao's room, where they discover that the butcher tortured Yao by cutting off her fingers. Alex finds the butcher's charcoal sketch style of the artist Picasso. Later he examines it at the police station and deduces that Butcher's next target is German businessman Erich Nunmarcher. Alex goes together with Tommy and Monica to visit Erich, but security tells them there is no need and that Erich is currently busy. Alex informs them that their boss is in grave danger, but the head of security explains that the staff is made of ex-police members, so there is nothing to be afraid of. Suddenly, everyone notices unusual leaking, so the security decides to trust the detectives and head to Erich's office. Then, we see that the butcher is on his way through a water pipe to kill Erich. At the same time, Alex and others arrive at the businessman's office, where he informs him that he is in danger. Tommy stays with Erich while Alex, Monica, and security go to check the floor. The butcher arrives and takes out the security effortlessly. However, Alex catches him off guard and orders him to put the gun down. The butcher starts acting weird and hesitates to let go of the weapon. Instead of shooting him immediately, Alex keeps ordering him, and the butcher uses that chance to escape. He throws a bomb and flees. Tommy hears the explosion and goes out to investigate. He sees the butcher fleeing, and unlike Alex, Tommy instantly shoots and wounds the butcher, who still manages to escape. Sometime after, at the police station, Alex finds out that Yao had connections with Erich because they worked for the same corporation owned by a guy called Mercier, who could be the next victim. So the next day, Alex visits Mercier together with Tommy and Monica. They are greeted by Mercier's secretary, who acts really weird, and detectives speculate between themselves that she is probably under the influence of cocaine. Mercier arrives, and as Alex shakes hands with him, he accidentally cuts his hand on Mercier's massive finger. Mercier apologizes and then flexes to whom he got the ring from the King of Cambodia. The two of them go to talk privately, and Alex explains the situation about the butcher and that he is his final target. Mercier believes him and tells him that he doesn't know anyone who would want him dead. Alex advises him to be extra safe and then leaves. That night, as Monica gets back to her apartment, we can see that she is not alone because the butcher is there too. At the same time, Alex is having dinner with Maria in a restaurant, and he tells her that he got an offer to work for the FBI in DC and that the paycheck is 35% bigger. Suddenly he gets a call from Monica, but as he answers, he hears the butcher's voice. Alex then receives an image of the dead Monica and the butcher shares the unpleasant details of her slow and painful death. Then we see that the butcher is in a building across from the restaurant. He pulls out his sniper rifle, points it at Alex, and asks him to profile him. Alex tells him that he is a sociopathic narcissist who probably began his killing career on animals. That angers the butcher, and he kills Maria to punish Alex. After the painful funeral, Alex talks with Tommy, who is broken because of the brutality of Monica's death because she was injected with TTX and tortured. The two of them are in the same boat now, and they decide to find the butcher and avenge their loved ones. Alex gets a call from the butcher, who tells him it is his fault that Maria died. Alex informs him that he will hunt him like a dog and that he will pay for his doings. That night, Alex prepares for the first act of the revenge story. His mother begs him to stop because she doesn't want him to get killed, but Alex explains to her that he needs to stop the killer. Then, he meets with Tommy, and together they break into the police station and steal the gun that Pop used to kill her victim. The next day, Alex meets with Pop's father, and he offers him the gun and his daughter's freedom in exchange for the information about who distributes TTX in town. The father accepts Alex's offer, and the duo then visits the TTX dealer. They beat the hell out of him, and he tells them that the butcher never revealed his name or anything that could be useful in finding him. Alex and Tommy then check surveillance cams and find the butcher's license plate number. They locate him and quickly head out. At the same time, the police close a few blocks in the city because Mercier and Eric will soon have a conference, and they need to keep them safe from the butcher's possible attack. The butcher pulls over at a parking building and gets into the taxi that leaves him at a train station. He enters the train and takes control of it. 3 guys that are on the train with him notice that, so the butcher kills 2 of them and wounds 1. Alex and Tommy meet up with the police and warn them that the butcher is nearby and that he could strike at any moment. They see Mercier and Eric arriving and then Alex hears the train and quickly goes to save Mercier but fails as the butcher fires his RPG and kills both Eric and Mercier. The butcher then finishes off the last guy on the train and leaves like nothing happened. He gets into the car and drives away, knowing that the job is done, but as he leaves the parking, Alex rams him. Tommy gets injured because of the impact, but he stays alive. Alex leaves the car and follows the butcher to the parking building. The detective carefully ventures into the attic, where the butcher ambushes and disarms him. The brutal fight begins, and both of them receive the same amount of punches. Suddenly, the butcher overpowers Alex, and he pulls out TTX. However, Alex surprises him with a knife. He stabs the butcher, and at the same moment, the floor breaks. Alex kicks the butcher, who falls to his death. Things don't look too bright for Alex either because he begins losing strength, but luckily Tommy shows up with the police officer, and they help Alex to get up. Later, Tommy tells Alex that he is glad that this story is finished, but Alex replies that it isn't. We cut to Bali, sometime later, and find out that Mercier is still alive. He gets a call from Alex, who tells him he knows that he hired the butcher to kill Yao and Eric. First, Alex noticed that Mercier, who the butcher supposedly killed, didn't wear the golden ring, then he began to dig for information, and soon he connected the dots. He embezzled money from his clients and asked for Yao and Eric's help to fake his death and flee to Bali. Then, he hired the butcher to take them out because he wanted to keep the whole thing secret. Alex tells Mercier that he will pay for Maria's death, and reveals that he told the local police that his assistant is a drug addict, and then hired someone to hide 2 kilograms of cocaine on his property. At that moment, the local police arrive, and Alex tells Mercier that he will be condemned to death by firing squad. Later, Alex is in the car with Tommy, and we find out that Alex accepted the FBI offer, and that Tommy applied for the same position because he wants to continue working together. Alex then goes to his house and sees his family getting ready to move out and begin their new life. The movie ends there. That is it for today's recap. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and check out the other videos from our channel.